Dylan Knight hitting .373 on the year. 5 doubles, 2 triples, 21 RBIs. Been a mainstay in this lineup for many years, since he was 8 years old. So catching everybody up that just joined the broadcast now that we're live. Nothing here in the top of the first. Tampa National in the orange jerseys. Burn Atlantic Navy in the navy jerseys. Matthew Kerrigan started it off with an infield hit. Ethan Futch in the 2-hole walked. So Tampa National with first and second here and nobody out. As Dylan Knight goes down swinging. A back pick of Ethan Futch, and they got him at first for a strike him out, sort of a throw him out there on a back pick. And quickly, there's 2 outs here now, Ethan, in the top of the first.
Cole Travers, number 91, comes up to the plate here, swinging a really hot bat this week. Really knows how to work that opposite field gap, and he's really shown what he can do with the bat here, moving up that lineup slowly but steadily.
Curveball misses outside. As you said, Cole Travers at the plate, number 91. He's the DH this game. He's hitting for the catcher, Brady Marshall. One and 0 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the first. That ball's hit down the line. It's going to be foul. Out of play. No room for the right fielder. So 1-1 the count to Cole Travers. Travers a pickup for the Tampa National team. Plays on another Burn team. Joined the squad for the Perfect Game World Series to add a little bit of depth. And he's been an impact player thus far, hitting in the 4-hole. What's the count, Jim? 1-1. That misses outside, fastball. 2-1 count to Cole Travers.
The pitcher is struggling to find that release point with the curveball. If we can just eliminate that, then we should be sitting on that fastball, and it should be a lot easier to hit in this game. Get on him early, and then that should lead up some more offense for us.
He drops that curveball in there for a strike, and Travers takes it. Even then count at 2-2. With 2 outs here in the top of the first. Matthew Kerrigan at second. Runs pretty well. Outfielders are rather shallow, so we'll see if we get a play at the plate here on a base hit. That ball, fastball, misses up. 3-2 will be the count to Cole Travers. Wilson Anderson on deck, hoping to get a chance to hit here in the top of the first. He wants a different call here. What do you think, Easton? We going to see a 3-2 curveball here? Does he have confidence in the curveball?
Just found that pitch right there, and really good. Started at the shoulder. That one dropped down, sharp curve, so I think we'll see it.
And there it is, the bender for strike 3. And Travers looks at it and goes down looking. So what appeared to be a threat in the top of the first inning with runners on first and second and nobody out, a base running mistake and a couple strikeouts, and the Atlantic Navy team is quickly out of the top of the first with a score 0-0. You're watching Burn TV. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And welcome back here to Sanford, Florida, the Boomba Complex in Seminole County for today's quarterfinal matchup between Tampa National, the Burn Tampa National against the Burn Atlantic Navy. Bottom of the first. Tampa National will start Matthew Kerrigan on the mound. Tall, lanky lefty from Georgia. Brady Marshall will do the catching. Going around the infield, we have Ethan Futch at third, Wilson Anderson at short, Reese Brush at second. I think that's Reese. Yep, Reese Brush at second, and Mateo Dalmau at first. Around the outfield, Ethan Barclay will be in left. Briggs Tibbles in center, and Dylan Knight in right. Three-man umpire crew here, E. For the quarterfinals, we saw it yesterday in round 2 as well. And of course, playing on the beautiful turf here at the Booma Complex. E, talk to me about turf versus grass. You played on both. What are some of the pros and cons of each?
So turf fields, I really like it because ball, you can get a true bounce. Nothing really gonna take a bad hop on you. You can read the hops on it. Bad thing is, ball gets in that gap, you're running for days. The ball's not gonna slow down unless it's a high fly ball that gets down. So ball hit hard, that's gonna keep on going. Then clay fields, bad hops, but ball's gonna slow down in the outfield.
How about the heat of playing on turf versus grass? Seems to be a little bit hotter out there on the turf, right?
Yeah, it gets pretty hot out there, especially with radiating off the turf. When you're out there playing, you don't focus on that as much, so I think that's not as big as a factor as you know, the ball staying and rolling out there. But what do you think about the 5 innings or hour 30 time limit? Because I think it could save a little bit of pitching, and but I think that maybe if you're a team that's losing, it doesn't give you as much time to come back in that game. If you have momentum and you just have 1 out left in the 5th, then you'd have 2 innings left normally, or whatever the time limit would be.
Yeah, let's get back to that in a second. Let's catch everybody up here. We got Aiden Arnett at the plate. He's fouled off the first 3 pitches from Matthew Kerrigan, so he's down in the hole 0-2. But talking about the game time, so we are playing again under the shortened restriction of a 5-inning game or an hour and a half. This will be the last game of that. The semifinals and the finals will be a full game of 7 innings or 2-hour time limit. Actually, no time limit, 7 innings. But we are playing under, as you said, that restricted 5 innings, hour and a half due to all the rain we've gotten this week. Perfect Game staff has had to readjust the schedule and shorten the games to try to get them all in. A lot of out-of-town teams that have airline tickets need to get out of here on time. They needed to end the tournament. Plus, we got the 14U guys starting right here behind us. So that shortened game could be a factor. Curveball from Kerrigan gets Arnett swinging, and he's down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So after fouling off a few pitches, Kerrigan throws a high bender in there and gets Arnett to chase it for out number 1. Nothing here in the bottom of the first. The Bern Atlantic 13U Navy, the home squad, is the number 1 seed. Bern Tampa National, the visitors. As Kerrigan drops a curveball in there for a strike, and he's ahead in the count. We saw yesterday Reese Brush able to get ahead in the count and was very successful for Bern National. It seems like Kerrigan here is attacking the zone just the same. Fastball there that Brady tried to frame, in and out of the glove. May have cost Kerrigan a strike there by not catching it.
With that curveball that he swung and missed on, do you think maybe he saw the spin on that and thought it was going to drop back in for a strike? Because really, that big pitch did not drop back down into the strike zone. Not even close, really. But I think maybe he saw the spin on it and decided it was going to drop back down.
That's definitely a possibility. It definitely started up, had some curveball spin, and didn't break maybe as much as the lefties we saw the lefty we saw yesterday from Team Elite. So he's in the hole 1-2. Kerrigan paints a fastball in the inner half, but just misses to even the count 2-2. So 2-2 count to Chandler Dantzler of Bern Atlantic. He hits that one in the air to right. It's going to go foul. No room for Dylan Knight to grab that one. So the count will remain even at 2-2. Kerrigan attacking the zone, filling it up right now. Mixing in curveball. See if he comes with any kind of third pitch, maybe a changeup. Curveball hit back through the middle for a base hit. And again, he left that curveball up where Dantzler could really see the spin, make a good swing on it, and he hits it back through the middle.
Yeah, curveball with 2 strikes, especially if you trust your catcher a lot. That pitch, you want to try and get it down or maybe in the dirt with 2 strikes. Curveball in the dirt is probably where you want to throw that curveball, or lower than the strike zone, try and get him to go swinging at it. So that pitch there, good pitch selection, just not in the right spot.
So 1 out base runner for Atlantic. As Kerrigan paints the outside corner for strike 1 to the 3-hitter for Burn Atlantic. We'll get a name here for you in a second as soon as it drops into Diamond Cast. So Kerrigan's ahead in the count, 0-1, with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Fastball in the inner half for strike 2. Brady Harris, the 3-hitter for Burn Atlantic, down in the count, 0-2. Foul tip. Brady Marshall unable to squeeze it in and out of the glove, and will remain 0-2. And E, you're a catcher. You know that foul ball, it's pretty much balls we're either going to stick in the glove or not. I mean, you could try and do everything you can to catch it, but it's either going to be or it's going to be right. I mean, there's nothing really you can do. You know, they say great job for catching it, but really the ball's hitting the glove and you're reacting to it, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't really change the time that it gets to the glove. It just changes the angle it goes into the bat. So it's a little bit hard to catch the ball. And sometimes it's not really reacting to the ball and trying to catch it. It's keep your glove in the same spot because it's not going to go too far from that spot if he fouls it off straight back. So
good fastball there from Kerrigan, just misses on the inner half. And he checks over to first with a pick move. Dantzler gets back. So we get a 1-2 count to Brady Harris, the 3-hitter for Burn Atlantic. He buries that one. Marshall blocks it.
I think that might have been a change up there, introduced that third pitch to us. He's been going to that curveball 2 strikes there, trying to put him away.
We saw Reese Brush yesterday with a great third pitch in that changeup. It was actually probably his best pitch yesterday. So hopefully Kerrigan can develop that, mix that third one in just the same. That one's in the dirt, blocked again by Brady Marshall, but that'll make the count 3-2.
And his changeup had really good arm side action yesterday. Dove a lot, looked the same out of the hand, had good arm speed, and it just dropped last second. That's what a good changeup is supposed to do.
Another check over to first by Kerrigan. 3-2 count to Brady Harris of Burn Atlantic. Kerrigan looking for a ground ball double play here. Fastball fouled off down the third baseline. We'll keep the count at 3-2. So a 3-2 count, Brady Harris, the 3-hitter for Burn Atlantic. Looking to get something going here in the bottom of the first. Kerrigan sets and delivers. He hits a weak pop-up to third. Futch is going to grab it and make the easy throw over to first base for the double play. As Dantzler at first started towards second with a 3-2 count and is easily pulled off first by Burn National. So another base running mistake there by Burn Atlantic after the National made one in the top of the first. And we got a 0-0 score here through 1. So E, let's talk quickly about yesterday's game. It was a great pitcher's duel, a 0-0 game through most of the game. Team Elite is able to put a run on the board. The Burn National comes back with a run. We got a 1-1 game, and then we go to the bottom of the 5th, and we see some heroics out of Briggs Tibbles.
Yeah, it was about time to see that fastball there. He had a really good fastball, 0-2 count on him, and he tried to get that fastball past him, and he was sitting on that. He saw the breaking ball earlier that count, I believe. But fastball up there, and he just drove that one. Center fielder had some wheels on him, but playing in the entire game and just got past him with a nice hit.
Dan Kerrigan was on the call with me yesterday for that, and we talked about how the outfielders were playing in shallow, taking away some line drive hits or some shallow pop-ups. We talked about the fact that the Burn National team had the ability to burn those guys, and we talked about Briggs' ability to get to a good fastball. and their pitcher throwing in the low 80s. You know, Briggs was looking for a fastball. He got it and was able to burn that center fielder to get the heroic walk-off double and give Bern National a 2-1 win in that second round game, and to get us here today.
We also saw Wilson Anderson yesterday with a burner in the gap. He got a triple that brought in a run in the bottom of the 4th inning yesterday for Florida Bern. So
a couple timely hits for Bern National yesterday really was the difference, along with a great outing from Reese Brush and solid defense. So we go here to the top of the second, and Wilson Anderson will lead it off for Tampa National as he takes ball 1 up around the letters. Another fastball misses high as Ethan Wheeler, pitcher for the Bern Atlantic, tall, lanky righty with some hair like Jacob deGrom used to have. And he misses with another fastball up, and that'll be 3-0 to Wilson Anderson. Anderson's been swinging a hot bat lately, hitting .392 on the year. A couple doubles, 6 triples, 18 RBIs as he takes a pitch for a strike. 3-1 count to Wilson Anderson here in the top of the second. And a fastball misses in. Catcher tried to frame it. Umpire says, nope. I'm pretty consistent on that pitch all day thus far. And the Bern National have a leadoff base runner here in the top of the second as Wilson Anderson draws the walk. That'll bring on number 11, the left fielder, Ethan Barclay.
that at bat there, he was just unable to get ahead in that count, or at least find that strike zone early, so couldn't really pick around that strike zone later in the count to try and put him away.
Breaking ball misses away. Barclay, 324 on the year.
Time it out!
3 doubles, a triple, a home run, 21 RBIs. The mainstay in the middle of the order for Bern National this season. Hits this ball in the air to right. Anderson halfway. That's going to be a cannon of corn for the right fielder. And that'll be out number 1 as Ethan Barclay flies out to right field. Bring on the first baseman, number 21, Mateo Dalmau. Dalmau, a 329 hitter. Double, 3 triples, 19 RBIs on the year. First baseman, left-handed pitcher for Bern National. Anderson takes off for second. Catcher's throw down is a one-hopper, but not in time, and Anderson swipes second. First pitch to Dalmau was a ball. 1-0 count to Mateo Dalmau with a runner in scoring position here in the top of the second. Fastball in, taken for a ball 2. Pretty consistent on the umpire here. It looked like, you know, the Bern Atlantic guys barked a little bit that they wanted that to be a strike, but that ball's clearly on the white line or on the or the batter's box side of the white line. Wheeler deals, and he gets a high strike call there from the home plate umpire. I got to imagine that was the top of the zone there. I believe it's a 2-1 count here to Dalmau. Fastball misses up. And we've seen Wheeler here, Easton, where he misses, he's missing up a lot. So that's probably a timing issue between his upper half and his lower half, do you think?
Yeah, he's not really mixing in a knee knock or whatever. It's like he's doing a slide step most of the time, or a partial slide step, and his arm really has to struggle to catch up. And he's just lacking the control from the stretch right now.
Misses a little down with that one, but a pass ball is going to get charged to the catcher there as the runner moves up from second to third. As Dalmau draws a walk. And Tampa Bern National's got something cooking here in the top of the second with runners on first and third and 1 out. That'll bring Danilo Soto to the plate. Soto's hit a couple barrels this week. 304 on the year, 7 doubles, 20 RBIs. Second baseman, utility player for Bern National. Takes a fastball for a strike on the outer half. Two. Since he's given, if it's inside the white line, he's calling it. On or over the other side, he hasn't been calling it. And a pick to third. Willie heads up there and scampers right back to the bag. And just talking about the home plate umpire, he's been pretty consistent thus far. Anything inside those white lines seems to be getting called a strike, but he's pretty good about that white line, and inside the box is not calling it. Curveball there for strike 2 as Soto squared to and showed bunt, possibly a safety squeeze on there, but Soto pulls back and takes a curveball for strike 2. Down in the count 0-2. First and third with 1 out. Wheeler comes set and delivers. Fastball in the other batter's box for ball 1. 1-2 count to Danilo Soto. Plays some second base for Tampa National. I believe he's an extra hitter in this game. Curveball. Good spit there by Danilo Soto to take that curveball in the dirt and even the count at 2-2. Ethan Wheeler, tall righty for Bern Atlantic. Good 12-6 curveball. Good life to the fastball. Throws a fastball up and away as Mateo Delmal steals second base. Pump fake out of the catcher, but Willie Anderson not biting. Looking at some velos here for Wheeler. Fastballs in the upper 70s, 76, 77, with a curveball around 62, 63, with good break, and thus far he's been able to throw it for a strike. So 3-2 to Danilo Soto. Second and third for Bern National here in the top of the second. Wheeler out of the windup. High fastball, and Soto chases for strike 3. So Wheeler gets ahead in the count 0-2. Makes 3 pitches trying to get Soto to chase, and he lays off, but unable to lay off that high fastball on a 3-2 count. That'll bring on Reese Brush. Brush has had a couple big hits for Tampa National this week, and of course the phenomenal pitching outing yesterday to get him here to the quarterfinals. Wheeler deals, fastball, misses in. Reese Brush, multi-sport athlete, plays football for the East Bay Bucks, enjoys playing hockey, and does a bunch of baseball here for the Bern National team. Able to play multiple positions, plays both middle spots and center field. And a pretty good right-handed dealer on the mound. In Easton, this team has been built for the past 4 or 5 years just about having great athletes, guys that can play multiple positions, guys that can pitch, guys that can come out and do a lot of different things, run the bases well.
Pitcher has gone back to his windup. Looks like he's been pounding a little bit close to that strike zone here and getting a little bit better, but curveball misses high there.
Curveball misses up and in, and with 2 strikes, pitching from the windup, most coaches are okay with that. Less than that, you probably want to go from the stretch just to prevent any kind of squeeze bunt or good jumps by the guy on third. But with 2 outs here, Wheeler working from the windup. Pitches up, taken by Brush, and that'll load the bases here for yesterday's hero, Briggs Tibbles. Tibbles with a big double to walk it off yesterday for Bern National.
I do believe that is his 3rd or 4th walk already of this game. So having a little bit of trouble just consistently pounding that strike zone.
Fastball misses up and in for ball 1. And take a look at the center fielder, Easton. I mean, yesterday Tibbles burned the center fielder pretty deep on a fastball. And apparently the Burn Atlantic team wasn't watching that game because their outfielders are pretty shallow here.
Yeah, outfielders are shallow, and as well, center fielder playing right center gap side. So ball in that gap, it's going to take them a lot longer to get to that ball as well. I'm saying at least that's a triple, at least. So stand-up triple probably, center fielder playing on the right center gap. If he hits it in that gap, it's going to take a while for him to get to that ball.
Now, as you said, all the outfielders seem to be shaded towards what we call the nines, right? All shaded towards right field, position number 9. Guys are all pretty much shaded that way, and they're playing shallow, probably looking to trying to throw out Dalmau on a base hit. But it could be costly if Tibbles is able to get on one here and burn him in the outfield. So 1-0 count to Briggs Tibbles with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning, second and third for Bern National. And he takes a fastball up, just misses for ball 2. Pretty consistent by the home plate umpire, not giving that high pitch as a strike. Calling a pretty legit high school type zone here. And that ball's going to be a strike on the outer half. And a good low strike there from Wheeler to make it 2-1 to Briggs Tibbles. Bases loaded for Tampa National. And that ball misses outside. Wilson Anderson on third. Mateo Dalmau at second. Reese Brush at first. And a 3-1 count to the center fielder, Briggs Tibbles.
A walk would bring in the first run of this game. But
fastball off the pitcher's leg. And everybody's going to be safe. And Bern National gets on the board first here in the top of the second with a ground ball back through the middle off the pitcher's leg. And I'm pretty sure that ball would have made it through to center field if it hadn't hit the pitcher's leg.
Yeah,
hit pretty sharply.
Maybe 2 runs there if that one didn't come up, but pitcher follows a little bit like that Zach Greinke, but that ball hit just too hard for him to pop back up and field that ball. So that one hits off his leg, and that's a nice hard hit single off the pitcher.
Yeah, that'll go as an infield single. It kicked over towards the third baseman, but not hard enough where the third baseman could make a play, but too hard to where Wheeler could recover and try to throw Briggs, who runs really well, out at first.
Yes.
So a couple of pitches here from Wheeler just to make sure the leg's okay. Seems to be pretty good. Just working out probably a little bit of a Charlie horse there in the calf from where the ball hit him. But Bern National gets on the board here, takes a 1-0 lead in the top of the second. They'll turn the lineup over here and bring on the leadoff hitter, Matthew Kerrigan. Kerrigan, 1 for 1 on the day with a single in the first. And he'll look to help himself out here as he's the starting pitcher for Bern National. Matthew Kerrigan, tall left-handed hitter, stands in the box with the bases loaded here in the top of the second. Wheeler will stay in the windup. Try to work himself out of a jam. Fastball hit in the air to center field. That ball's going to get down. And they got Brush, who rounded third base, possibly looking to score. They backpicked him, and Brush, unable to work himself into a pickle as the third baseman quickly tags him out for the third out of the inning. The run will score on that play, so Tampa National will take a 2-0 lead heading here to the bottom of the second. You're watching Bern TV, and we'll be right back. As Matthew Kerrigan finishes his warm-up pitches here. In the bottom of the second, Bern National with a 2-0 lead. And we've seen 3 base running mistakes so far, Easton, that could come back to cost both teams. We'll see if they're a factor here in the end, as the Bern National has had a guy back-picked at first and another guy back-picked at third on a base hit that kind of ended what could have been a 2-out rally there for Bern National. Atlantic with a base running blunder of their own, as a guy got doubled off first on the line drive to the third baseman. But we head here to the bottom of the second, with Harris leading off for Bern Atlantic. Kerrigan winds and deals, curveball, drops in there for a strike, goes off his glove. Futch comes over to make a play, but it's not in time at first. On a bang-bang play at first, was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, did a good job there fielding that ball and doing a little turn there to the glove side. And did a good job throwing off that spin, and a really accurate throw. So
that's a tough one there for Kerrigan.
Yes.
If he leaves that ball go, I believe Wilson Anderson would get to it and probably have an out at first. But just a reaction play by Kerrigan, kicks off his glove to Futch, not in time. They'll score that an infield hit for Braden Harris. Ball's in the dirt. Blocked by Marshall, but a good read by Harris to get to second base. And according to Diamondcast, we have Mills Carrillo at the plate. We're checking to make sure the lineup is correct. Easton thinking maybe it's not the right guy. Let's see. We have number 9 on second base. According to the Diamondcast, that's Harris.
I'll send it to you, Carter.
There's 2 Harrises. There's Braden Harris and Braden Harris spelled a different way, Easton. So
okay.
We got back-to-back Braden Harrises batting in the lineup for Bern Atlantic. So Mills Carrillo at the plate, the second baseman. And Carrillo's no stranger to the Bern national team, as he plays for the Brandon Blazers and has played a couple tournaments here and there with the Bern national team. And he draws a walk there. And Atlantic has something cooking here in the bottom of the second inning, the first and second, and nobody out. And Coach Stegbauer talking about a bunt defense here for the National with first and second and nobody out. The pitcher Wheeler will come step to the plate, tall left-handed hitter. Kerrigan looking to get a ground ball here and some help via the double play. Coach Stegbauer calling out a play. We got the corners even and the middle back here in double play depth with first and second and nobody out.
So far, the discipline by both of these teams has been incredible. Nobody really going after those pitches that are close but aren't too far out of the strike zone. So just incredible discipline by both teams up there, watching all those balls just outside the plate and just up.
Fastball on the outer half for a strike there. 0-1 to Ethan Wheeler. Matthew Kerrigan comes set and delivers. Curveball on the inner half for strike 2. Not a whole lot of break there on the curveball, but just enough to fool Wheeler for strike 2. And the corners move back as the threat of a bunt is diminished with 2 strikes. Kerrigan ahead in the count, 0-2, with a lot of options here to Wheeler. Delivers fastball on the outer half, and Wheeler fouls it back to the screen to stay alive, 0-2. Kerrigan able to work out of a jam in the first, but finds himself with nobody out, first and second here in the bottom of the second. Shortened game, it will be a 5-inning game or an hour-and-a-half time limit with the restrictions put in place by Perfect Game in order to try to get all these games in this week. Kerrigan comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball, strike 3 on the outer half, and just a great location there by Kerrigan, framed up by Brady Marshall on the outer half for strike 3 in the first out of the inning. And Easton, so now with first and second and 1 out, Tampa National's 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam.
Yeah. So 1 out here. 1 out, right?
1 out.
Okay, so 1 out, and I think maybe a changeup low and away, a good pitch here. The bigger righty up, and maybe changeup low and away or curveball low and away could get him to ground the ball to Ethan, step on third, and throw it to first. So I think that's what's coming in our future right here.
Marshall moves to the outside. Fastball on the outer, or changeup on the outer half. Great pitch there by Kerrigan, and just as you stated, Easton, a changeup on the outer half, looking to possibly induce a double play ball. Well executed by Kerrigan, but fouled back to the screen by Christopher Riali. Kerrigan comes set and delivers. Fastball in. Fouled back to the screen by Riali. And Kerrigan doing a great job using both sides of the plate here. Oftentimes you'll see it's tough sometimes for a lefty to get to that inner half on a right-handed hitter, but Kerrigan doing a great job getting that ball on the inner half, jamming those guys, but able to throw that changeup and curveball on the outside. So he's ahead in the count, 0-2, and we'll see what he comes with here. Fastball. I think Brady Marshall wanted that ball a little bit higher in the zone. Kerrigan threw it probably on the top of the zone, and it's fouled back to the screen by Riali. And he stays alive at 0-2. And I hear Dad behind me, and he wanted that ball a lot higher too. Kerrigan comes set. Inside move, and they got the runner picked off second base. Gives it up to Wilson Anderson. Over to Futch for the tag, and they've got the runner out at third base for the second out of the inning. Mills Carrillo moves up from first base to second base wisely on the pickoff, sorry. So a good inside move by Matthew Kerrigan to get the runner who was breaking towards third base. And now we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Another base running mistake, Easton, that we'll touch on in a second. But 0-2 to Christopher Riali, and we'll see if Kerrigan can get out of it. Fastball hit in the air to right. Can of corn for Dylan Knight. He's under it, makes the grab. And Easton, both teams seem to be running themselves out of some possible big innings with some base running mistakes.
Yeah, that's 2 for each team already in 2 innings. So these teams need to start being a little bit more quiet on the base paths, trying to take too many bases that they actually can. So right there, maybe another run, or maybe a run would have scored. There was 1 out. And then for Florida Burn, that run might have scored there with the 2-hole, 3-hole, and 4-hole coming up.
And these base running mistakes don't even seem to be because the guys are trying to be aggressive. They just seem to be silly mistakes. Guys getting back picked and caught when they're the trail runner. They're not even the lead runner. And when Ethan Futch got picked off, maybe a little bit aggressive on Reese Brush when he rounded third and kind of got back picked on the base hit. But the Burn Atlantic team has had guys doubled off on a line drive and then caught in a pickle off a second on a good inside move by Matthew Kerrigan. So a couple of base running mistakes have run both teams out of possible big innings there. So Tampa National leading 2-0 here as we head to the top of the third. It looks like Burn Atlantic's going to make a pitching change and bring in number 4. We'll get a name for you here in a second as soon as it loads into Diamondcast. The Burn National will have Futch coming up 2-3-4, hoping to add to a lead here, 2-0 lead in the top of the third in this what will be a shortened game of 5 innings or an hour and a half under the PG shortened game regulations due to a bunch of rain that we've had here this weekend. They've had to shorten the games to get them all in and end this tournament on time with a bunch of out-of-town teams needing to catch flights. Perfect Game staff has done a pretty good job of getting things rescheduled to make sure that everybody gets their games in. Andrew Archibald will be the new pitcher for the Burn Atlantic as he works on his warm-ups, throws a curveball that bounces back to the screen. Looked like it had pretty good bite to it. We'll see if he's able to throw it in the zone. But great weather here today. Early 8 a.m. game. Blue skies with a couple of high clouds. Going to be another hot one here on the turf, but thankfully, right now it's not too bad early in the morning. As Archibald finishes his warm-up tosses and the ball goes down to second. I'm joined here in the top of the third by Tara Stegbauer, wife of head coach Rick Stegbauer and the mom of my color analyst for the first couple innings, Easton Stegbauer, Ricky Stegbauer, a member of the Tampa Burn National. Welcome to the broadcast, Tara.
Well, thank you, Jim. And normally we have third inning lady luck, so let's see if it can bring us luck today. We'd like to get a couple more insurance runs right now with these shortened games. We've kind of battled in every game coming from behind. I think this is one of the few games that we have had a lead. Ethan gets one, pops it up pretty sky high, and unfortunately an error on second base there. I don't know what happened there.
Mills Carrillo seemed to be under it, and then he kind of squatted down like he almost lost it in the sun off his glove, and that ball's going to fall to the ground. So Mills Carrillo, an error at second base, puts Ethan Futch as the leadoff runner here in the top of the third.
And we say that's why you run. You never know what's going to happen. You think it's a sure out, and you're caught walking down to first base. So lucky Ethan was down there, prepared, crossed the bag before it dropped.
So could be a costly error there as Dylan Knight steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the day, struck out swinging in his first at bat.
And
this one sharply down the third base line, called foul by the home plate umpire.
Oh, I believe that crossed in fair territory. I'm sitting a little bit more where I can see that side. Looks like it went on the right side of the bag, and it bounced.
So, of course, the Burn National team sitting on the first base side, thinking that ball was fair, but called foul by the home plate umpire. He called it right away. So Dylan Knight has a 1-1 count here in the top of the third. Ethan Futch at first with nobody out.
See if he can repeat that and keep it fair this time. Oh.
Curveball catches the outside corner for strike 2 from Archibald. So Knight in the hole, 1 and 2 here against Archibald.
And he crushes
on a line to right field,
and
right at the right
unfortunately,
fielder. And another base running mistake.
Base running error right there. Was a hard hit, not a totally pop fly ball, but a hard hit line drive right to right field. And Ethan just took off running towards second and didn't realize that it was a pretty easy play right there. I mean, should have read that, I think, a little better, knowing that anything popped up in the air going that fast out to the outfield. And
yep. The ball was hit hard, but right at the right fielder, and another base running error by Futch.
So there is a double play on us starting off this inning. We've had many double plays happen, and a lot of crazy mistakes going on in this game.
So 2 outs here for Cole Travers, the 4-hitter for Burn National.
Ooh, takes a big cut at that one, but just misses. That ball was outside and low. Just misses the barrel there.
Travers 0 for 1 on the day, struck out looking in his first at bat.
That one's high.
2-0 lead for Burn National here in the top of the third.
That one bounces.
That ball's in the dirt for ball 4. Travers will scamper down with a 2-out base runner for Burn National.
Willie's been pretty hot this tournament here with the bats, the sticks, the pitching. He's kind of been an all-around great player. So let's see if he can get something going. A 2-out rally. We got that walk. We got a guy on first. So
as you said, Wilson Anderson will step to the plate. Walked his first at bat on 5 pitches.
Takes this one. Ball pops up, and it just is going to stay in fair territory, and they catch that for a 3rd out. So 1 pitch, 1 swing. There's our 3rd out there. So
a foul pop up there, caught by the 3rd baseman just inside the fence. Will be out number 3. And while it looked like they may have something cooking early with a leadoff base runner, base running mistakes again are the theme of today's game for both teams, as the Burn Nationals runs themselves out of another inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the third with Burn National leading 2-0. Ellis, Archibald, and McKee coming to the plate for Burn Atlantic in the bottom of the third. You're watching Burn TV. We'll be right back. And we're back here in Sanford at the beautiful Boomba Complex, Seminole County, as Brady Marshall throws the ball down to second to start the bottom of the third inning here. Tyler Ellis will lead it off for Burn Atlantic. Ellis, no stranger to the Burn national team. He's played for 5-Star and a couple other teams out of Jacksonville. Big lefty, pretty dominant pitcher on the mound at the 12U level. Stands in and takes ball one high from Matthew Kerrigan, entering his third inning of work, protecting a 2-0 lead. 1-0 to Ellis. Spikes a curveball, blocked up by Brady Marshall, keeping that ball off the umpire there. 2-0 count to Tyler Ellis.
Ooh, takes that one a little low, so we're battling. Hopefully we'll come all the way back here. We have 3 balls, no strikes. See if we can get one in the strike zone here. And he 4 straight pitches, leadoff walk.
So a 4-pitch walk and a leadoff walk for Burn Atlantic to bring on, I believe this is Archibald, was the starting, or is the current pitcher for Burn Atlantic.
Is it on the mound?
It's Matthew Kerrigan working here with a 1-out, or a no-out base runner at first.
Not sure how fast this guy looks at first, but they do take advantage of some base run in there. That one fouls out of play.
Foul back for strike one. So 0-1 to Andrew Archibald, pitcher for Burn Atlantic.
Puts one in there, hopefully stay with it. We can turn 2, and there we go. We have had some really good 2 outs in 1 pitch and 1 go round here. We're getting off the bases quickly. Now we're back to nobody on.
Taylor-made double play ball there to Reese Brush. Good backhanded feed to Willie Anderson. Throws it over to first and gets the runner in plenty of time for 2. And that's a pitcher's best friend right there, Tara. Ground ball double play.
Kind of relieves that pitcher now. He can start off knowing that he's now got 2 strikes. He's just got to concentrate on the batter, and unfortunately gets him inside pitch there right off the back of the arm. So as quickly as we cleared the bases, we just put 1 back on. They're having a courtesy runner come in for him.
That's the catcher for Burn Atlantic, so they'll courtesy run for him with number 17. So Matthew Kerrigan working here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning in a shortened 5-inning game.
I believe we're back to the top of the lineup, if I'm correct. Is this the top?
Braden McKee was the guy that got hit by the pitch. And let me check here on Diamondcast to see if we've turned the lineup over here.
I just remember 15 against 15, so I know he's...
Yep, this is Aiden Arnett, the leadoff hitter for Burn Atlantic. 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out in his first at-bat.
Matthew trying to keep that runner close to first because he looks like he definitely wants to make his way around to second.
Kerrigan working in the mid-70s with his fastball. 72 to 74. Dropping in a curveball. It's in the mid-60s, mid to low 60s.
And he's going on the
Runner
first
goes.
move.
Brady Marshall
throws
second.
down.
Not in time as the runner swipes second.
So
pretty good jump by the base runner there. High leg kick by Kerrigan, and looked like he was going first move on the lefty there.
Absolutely. He was eager to get down there. So we have a 1-0 count.
So a ball on the pitch, 1-0. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but 1-0 to Aiden Arnett.
There's a pop-up out of play. So counts go even here, 1-1.
Good changeup there from Kerrigan, fouled off to the right side. 1-1 count as Kerrigan works here to Aiden Arnett, the leadoff hitter for the Burn Atlantic. Runner on second with 2 outs. Short lead at second. Kerrigan comes set. Another changeup.
There is
in the air towards shortstop.
Great pitch. He got completely worked that, got underneath it, popped up right to Willie for our third out. So again, we have a Burn versus Burn. It's going to be intense.
$5 the Burn wins this game.
Yeah, you said that before, and I didn't make that bet. You know, you got to be a little bit more specific, and I chose Burn Tampa. So I know right now I'm wearing a shirt representing all of our Tampa Bay teams that have won. So
Tampa Bay shirt you got going on there?
Yeah, Tampa Bay. We just got our Stanley Cup, so we can bring another thing home to Tampa.
Hopefully
here.
You can send that shirt back to the printer, and the Burn national team can keep the rally going here, and
there you go. Got to put a little
business here, and then
blue and orange on the shirt next.
That would be nice.
All right, so there was my third inning. Not that we got any runs from it, so I'm not sure if I was really lucky, but they didn't get any runs, which is more important right now. So as long as we win every inning or keep it tied from here on out, we're good. So,
always a pleasure to have you on the broadcast, Tara. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome. And I'll turn it back over to my better commentator over here, Big E.
Tampa Burn National send Ethan Barclay, Mateo Dalmau, and Danilo Soto to the plate here in the top of the fourth. A reminder, this is a shortened game. It'll be 5 innings or an hour and a half. National currently with a 2-0 lead over Burn Atlantic. RBI single from Matthew Kerrigan gave the national team their second run. And Ethan Barclay will step to the plate here in the top of the fourth. I'm joined again by Easton Stegbauer on the color. Welcome back, E.
Thank you.
And Archibald delivers, misses outside with a fastball for ball one to Ethan Barclay. Barclay hits one softly into center field. Center fielder coming on, but it's going to be the shortstop that goes and makes the grab. And that'll be the second fly out for Barclay this game. Flew out to right his first at bat, and a soft fly ball to center is caught by the shortstop for out number one here in the top of the fourth.
Mateo with a really key hit yesterday, and that's why you try and beat it out. Because he hit that ball up the middle yesterday, second baseman got to it. He really had to beat it out in order to get that run home.
Dalmau steps to the plate, takes ball one. He walked in his first at bat. Patient eye his first at bat. 1-0 to Dalmau. Squares to bunt, tries to drop it down third base, but it goes foul. Doing the old bunt for a base hit on the line or foul, and that ball was foul. It'll even the count 1-1 to Mateo Dalmau. Danilo Soto waits on deck. Andrew Archibald, the pitcher for Burn Atlantic, winds and delivers a curveball that's fouled off to the third base side for strike two. 1-2 to Mateo Dalmau. Left-handed hitter, multi-sport athlete, played soccer, DA soccer. Fastball fouled off to the left side. Of course, his parents, Cayuse and Maria, executive producers of Burn TV. We thank you for all the efforts and time and money they've put in to allow us to bring you the broadcast at home. Mateo Dalmau, 1-2 count. Curveball fouled off to the right side, to the left side again, sorry. And he stays alive, 1-2. And the broadcast has evolved, Easton, as you know, over the years, as Cayuse has added a bunch of equipment and camera angles and graphics.
Yes.
Really sort of an addictive hobby for Cayuse, and we thank you for Maria's patience with Cayuse putting up with all the spending. But he does a great job, and we're thankful for that Dalmau family to really give us a quality broadcast and allow us to bring the Tampa Burn National right to your living rooms, iPads, cell phones. As this ball's hitting the air to left, leaking towards the line, but the left fielder is able to go over and make the grab about 15 feet inside the left field line for out number two. As Archibald seems to be settling in a bit here as he gets a couple pop-ups, a couple fly balls for 2 outs here in the top of the 4th as Danilo Soto steps to the plate. Soto takes the ball outside. Struck out swinging in his first at bat, but has hit a bunch of barrels this week, Easton.
Yes, he has. He's been really good at getting the clutch hits as well. Some people just perform better like that.
Hits that one on the ground to short, and the shortstop comes in and makes easy work of that ground ball here on the turf. Gets Soto at first for the 3rd out. So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning with Bern National leading 2-0. As the home team, Bern Atlantic, gets ready to hit here in the bottom of the 4th. And I know I'm repeating myself, but want to talk again, Easton, about this being a shortened game, 5 innings, hour and a half. That's certainly a factor in strategy and pitching strategy, and just some teams may be pressing a little bit, knowing that they only have 5 innings instead of 7 to get their work done. And trailing 2-0, do you think the Bern Atlantic team right here is pressing a little bit, knowing that they're chasing 2 runs and they've only got 2 at-bats, the possibility of 2 at-bats left to do it?
I think that this Bern team, I don't think they're pressing too much. They know that they're a decent team. They know what they're capable of doing. So they're good at what they're doing. So they wouldn't make it all this way without being good at what they're doing. So I don't think they're pressing too much. Just Florida Bern National has to come in and just do their job, shut it down. And it's really the 5-inning limit so far. So our pitchers have done a really good job getting us through that 5-inning. You're deep into these games. So even if you only throw about 3 innings, that's still good for this. It saves an arm, and you only have to throw about 1 or 2 innings with the relief pitcher.
And talk about the pitching a little bit, Easton. We've seen this Bern National team at times struggle to throw strikes, right? They've walked a lot of batters, but it seems like once we've gotten to bracket play here, we've honed in, and the guys have really been able to fill up the zone as Matthew Kerrigan enters his 4th inning of work here. Hits that one on the ground to a diving Reese Brush, but he's unable to come up with it. But again, attacking the zone early, a fastball hit on the ground with the potential for a ground ball there, but Bern Atlantic working to get the leadoff runner on here again as Kerrigan's has not been able to get the leadoff man out, and Atlantic's had several leadoff runners on here as they chase 2 runs.
Matthew just not being timid today, going after that first pitch strike, not being afraid for him to hit the ball in fair territory. So that's really good at limiting his pitch count, and he's done a really good job at getting balls hit onto the ground, getting balls hit right to his defenders. And when balls aren't hit to our defenders, it looks like the other team is running themselves into out for us. So change up low and away there, gets them to roll it over, and it's foul ball.
So Kerrigan able to get a ground ball last inning for a double play, looking to do the same here. Maybe work that change up on the outer half or breaking ball, try to get a guy to roll over here and get a double play. As Dantzler led the inning off with an infield single, and the first of 2 Brady Harrises coming up here for Bern Atlantic.
Good boy, Matthew.
Kerrigan at 44 pitches, checks over to first base, making sure he's giving Brady Marshall a chance to throw some guys out. Last time they went on first move, a lean back there by the first base runner towards first. One-way lead, it appeared there. Kerrigan trying to keep him close, keep the double play in order, and give Brady Marshall a chance to throw a guy out here if he decides to run. Kerrigan sets and delivers. Ball's in the dirt, blocked by Brady Marshall. The runner's not able to advance. That was a 57-footer, toughest one sometimes for catchers to block because you can't drop straight to the knees. You almost got to half it and let the ball hit you in the chest as it's coming up. Brady Harris, the hitter for Bern Atlantic. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Kerrigan deals, bounces another one, blocked by Brady Marshall. I believe the count's 3-1 here to Brady Harris. Coach Stegbauer is going to call timeout. And he's waving that Briggs Tibbles in center field. Looks like he's going to make a defensive change and maybe send Tibbles to the pen to get loose. Danilo Soto is going to come in and play second base, as Reese Brush will go out to center field. Coach Stegbauer heading to the mound to talk it over. And what do you think he's telling Matthew Kerrigan right here?
So, gotten ahead in the count, so then lost 3-1 count so far. Just maybe telling them stay loose, maybe looked a little bit tight out there, spiking those last 3 fastballs. But maybe just telling them stay loose and, you know, throw strikes, pound it in there, you know, something like that.
Yeah, maybe pound it in there,
yeah.
trust the defense, right? Looking for that ground ball here.
Because so far, their defense has been really sturdy and solid. Just turned about 2 double plays so far for Florida Burn defense, I believe. And some really hard plays to make so far, like Ethan's throw to first, then that we've made. So maybe just telling them, yeah, you know, let the defense work for him.
Third base umpire there mentioning something to Matthew Kerrigan, maybe about making sure he stops. He does. His pause has looked like it's been a little quick as he tries a step-off move there, and Mateo Dalmau able to vacate the base and make a good play to prevent that ball from going into right field there. So 3-1 count to Brady Harris with a runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner on first. Kerrigan sets and delivers. Ball hits sharply and it hits the third base coach in the midsection. Not sure if it got the thigh, the breadbasket, or the boys. But he shook it right off like a champ, so I'm not sure where it hit him, but that ball was hit sharply and hit right at the third base coach.
Hey, make a good pitch right here. Let's go, kid.
Way to wear it, coach.
It sounded a little bit like a pop when it hit him, so I'm thinking maybe the stomach area.
Yeah. Kerrigan sets and delivers. Checks over to first.
It is a 3-2 count on the hitter, so I do think we'll be throwing a fastball here, but he was early on that, so maybe a changeup, blown away. But I still think he will throw a fastball.
See if he starts the runner here, 3-2. Kerrigan keeps checking over. 3-2, maybe the runner goes, and National could look for a strike him out, throw him out here.
Hey, best pitch of the day. Let's go.
But with all the base running mistakes we've seen so far, it appears that the Atlantic team is taking a short lead over there at first because they don't want to make another mistake and cost themselves another base runner. Is trailing 2-0. Base runners are pretty valuable right now.
Good job.
Kid, best pitch of the day right here.
Kerrigan set to deliver the 3-2 pitch here to Brady Harris. Curveball hit in the air, foul down the third baseline, and the Burn Atlantic parents are barking for a balk, and I'm not going to disagree with them there. I think Kerrigan might have been a little quick with his set. Umpire's not calling it. 3 umpire crew here, being a little lenient on the 13U kids on their paws. Kerrigan has to concentrate and make sure he comes set here before he delivers the 3-2 pitch to Braden Harris. Another check over to first. Nice easy toss. 3-2 count. Brady Harris.
Hey, best pitch right here, kid. Best pitch.
Standing in for Burn Atlantic. Infield's back in double play depth. Kerrigan delivers. Ball hit on the ground sharply towards Futch. He'll go to second for the first. Soto the turn. Dalmau unable to pick the ball at first to complete the double play, but Burn National will get the lead runner for the first out of the inning here in the fourth. Soto sure on the first one at second, tried to be quick and get the guy at first, but throw a short hop to Mateo Dalmau that was in and out of the glove and unable to get the runner, Brady Harris, at first. That'll bring on the second Brady Harris of Burn Atlantic. They got 2 Brady Harrises hitting in a row, which confused us in the first inning, but we're on top of it now. Matthew Kerrigan coming set with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. He'll throw over to first to check. Trying to keep that double play in order and give Brady Marshall, the Burn National catcher, a chance to throw the guy out if he does run. When the Atlantic team has tried to steal second, they've gone on first move with Kerrigan, the lefty, on the bump. Comes set, delivers, runner stays, curveball misses inside and high for ball 1. Brady Harris, Big, tall, athletic-looking right-handed hitter for Bern Atlantic.
Matthew's curveball later in this game is starting to look a little bit more like a slider than a traditional curveball, having more horizontal movement now. So that could be more effective to righties, getting it inside on those hands.
In the dirt, blocked by Brady Marshall to keep the runner at first there. And 2-0 count to Braden Harris. It seems, according to Diamondcast, they're calling the first Harris Brady Harris and this one Braden Harris. So Braden Harris with the B-R-A-Y-D-E-N.
There you go.
Fastball on the outer half, swing and miss by Harris. Will make the count 2-1 and a healthy hack there on a 2-0 count by Harris. Kerrigan able to sneak it by him.
You have a better
2-1 count. Another check over to first. Kerrigan not doing anything special with that move, just letting that base runner at first, Brady Harris, know that I know you're there and I need to keep you close to that bag so we can keep the double play in order. He's got about a 3-step lead at first. Marshall in a good secondary position, ready to throw him out. That ball's hitting the air to right center field. Reese Brush is going back and he's able to make the grab for the second out of the inning. And that ball carried a lot better than I thought it was, G.
Yeah,
Out to right center.
Outside pitch, stayed through it well, let go with the backhand afterwards. Didn't look like he swung full through that ball, even though he stayed through it fully.
And a different set of strategies for the outfielders for Bern National. They're playing deeper, trying to keep the ball in front of them, not going to let anything deep burn them, while the Atlantic guys have seemed to be playing shallow, trying to take away the short base hits. So curveball in, great jump by Brady Harris on that one. No throw down the second as that ball misses in, curveball misses in from Matthew Kerrigan. And again, a first move jump on a high leg kick with Kerrigan, and Harris easily gets the second with no throw. Not much of a chance there for Brady Marshall to throw him out. He didn't even try. Kerrigan comes set with a guy on second, inside move. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Bern Atlantic trailing Bern National 2-0. Runner in scoring position at second. And that ball's inside. It's hit softly. Kerrigan athletic over to cut it off before it gets to Soto. The easy flip to Dalmau at first. And Bern National quells another threat as a 2-out soft ground ball back to Kerrigan ends the inning. And a scoring threat for Bern Atlantic. So we'll head to the top of the fifth in this short 5-inning game. Bern National will come to bat with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the fifth. Looking to add some insurance runs as Reese Brush, Briggs Tibbles, and Matthew Kerrigan will come to the plate. We'll take a short break, but we'll be right back. You're watching Bern TV. Andrew Archibald has finished his warm-up pitches here for Bern Atlantic, and we're set to go here in the top of the fifth. And Bern National will send Reese Brush, now playing center field. Reese Brush, the center fielder, will step to the plate for Bern National, looking to add to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the fifth. Brush takes first pitch for a ball. He walked his first at bat on 4 pitches. So 0 for 0 on the day.
Let me see.
Second pitch from Archibald is a fastball. And Brush hits a one-hopper out towards the second baseman, Mills Carrillo, who corrals it and heads it over to first for the first out of the inning. So 2 pitches and 1 out for Byrne Atlantic, as Briggs Tibbles will step to the plate.
Briggs with a solid hit ball last time off the pitcher's leg, working up that middle side, or up the middle, just like yesterday, with a good hit. So that's a fastball taken low there for ball number 1.
So as you said, 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Back through the middle to hit off the pitcher's leg. Takes the first pitch for a ball, and Archibald delivers the second pitch in the dirt.
Good job, Briggs.
2-0 to Briggs Tibbles. Tibbles with some heroics yesterday. A walk-off double to give Byrne National a big 2-1 win over Team Elite out of Georgia. Fastball down the middle, fouled off to the right side by Tibbles. And that Team Elite that they played yesterday from Georgia, based out of Georgia, 6 or 7 kids from the Atlanta area, the parents were telling me, but a bunch of other kids from other states, 6 or 7 states. Some big boys. But this Byrne National team was able to squeak it out in the 5-inning game with a 2-1 win behind a strong pitching performance by Reese Brush and a walk-off double in the bottom of the 5th inning by Briggs Tibbles as he looks at strike 2 on the outer half. 2-2 count to Tibbles as Andrew Archibald winds and delivers. Fastball hit back towards the middle, but at the shortstop. And he'll make a strong throw over to first for the second out to get the speedy Tibbles at first. 2 outs away here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring on the pitcher and leadoff hitter for Byrne National, Matthew Kerrigan. Kerrigan with a base hit, his first at bat.
There we go.
And a single on a line drive to left field in a second bat for an RBI.
Come here.
So 2 for 2 on the day for Matthew Kerrigan, helping his own cause at the plate and dealing on the mound. Takes that pitch there for a strike.
I just restarted it.
Good 2-way player for Byrne National. Matthew Kerrigan takes a curveball, could have worn that one on the elbow, but turns and takes it for a ball.
Find a hole out there.
Swings and hits that ball into left, cutting towards the line, but the left fielder is going to have enough room and able to get over to make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Last chance here for Byrne Atlantic in our shortened 5-inning game, and Matthew Kerrigan's going to look to come out and shut down Atlantic and finish the job here for Byrne National, protecting a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th, the last inning in this shortened game. And Byrne Atlantic will send Wheeler, Reale, and Ellis to the plate, chasing 2. You're watching Byrne TV live from Sanford, Florida. We'll be right back. And welcome back here to sunny Sanford, Florida, at the Boomba Complex in Seminole County for today's quarterfinal matchup between Byrne National and Byrne Atlantic.
Nice throw, Brady.
Byrne National protecting a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th as Matthew Kerrigan finishes his warm-up pitches.
Let's close this.
Go Bulldog, 1-5, Bulldog.
And this will be the last chance here for Byrne Atlantic. Chasing 2 runs, Ethan Wheeler, the extra hitter to the plate. He was the starting pitcher. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout as Matthew Kerrigan toes the rubber for his 5th inning of work here for Byrne National. First pitch, fastball, up in the zone, foul back to the screen for strike 1. Kerrigan has scattered 3 hits, no runs so far through 4. He struck out 2 and walked 2, and has delivered 57 pitches at a 62% strike percentage, attacking the zone early, getting ahead in the count. That ball's hit back through the middle for a leadoff hit. So Kerrigan Easton has been attacking the zone, throwing strikes early, and Bern Atlantic's been able to get their leadoff man on several innings. I think the last 3 in a row, but Kerrigan's been able to figure it out with a double play ball and some help from his defense, and being able to keep Bern Atlantic scoreless.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there and a good spot at the knees, but he was late on that fastball away there, fouling it back to the third base side. So I think maybe a fastball in or a fastball away again would have been the call there. So he was perfectly on time with that curveball and sent that one right back up the middle.
So Ethan Wheeler's a leadoff base runner with a base hit up the middle. And it looks like they pinch ran for him because he's not the catcher or the pitcher anymore, so that's going to be a substitute over at first, pinch running for Wheeler, and that'll bring Chris Reale to the plate. Kerrigan delivers, ball misses down and away. Reale, another tall, athletic-looking player for Bern Atlantic. Kerrigan looking to get a double play ball here to help himself out. Sets and delivers, misses down and in with a fastball, and he's just missing on those pitches, trying to stay down in the zone to induce a ground ball, and just missing the bottom of the zone on those pitches. Short lead at first, maybe a 2.5-step lead by the runner at first. Again, base running's been an issue. Fastball down and away, misses for ball 3.
Been there all day, all day.
And Coach Stegbauer barking at the home plate umpire, trying to get that pitch. A good down and away strike. It appeared to be a good down and away strike there, but umpire says too low for me today. Kerrigan sets and delivers a fastball down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 count to Christopher Reale. 0 for 1 on the day.
All the way back here, Matthew, you got it.
Kerrigan, low 70s fastballs, mixing in a curveball in the mid-60s. Comes set, and he'll check over to first. Again, short lead by the runner, but Kerrigan just letting him know he knows he's there, trying to keep the double play in order and give Brady Marshall a chance to throw if he does break for second. So Christopher Reale with a 3-1 count here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Bern Atlantic. Hits this one sharply in the gap to left center field. That ball's going to get down and make it to the wall. Runner from first goes to third and stops. Christopher Reale has a 0-out double in the bottom of the 5th inning here, as the Bern Atlantic will now have the tying run at second base in the bottom of the 5th. Coach Barclay is going to call timeout for Bern National and head to the mound and talk it over with Matthew Kerrigan. Bern Atlantic barking at the umpires about Kerrigan not coming set. Has not been called for a balk yet, but I'm going to be honest, there has been a few times that Kerrigan looks a little quick.
Yeah. Pitch before that one, made sure that he had to come set, and wasn't close on that one before, but that one may be a little bit questionable there. So.
Yep. We're playing Major League Baseball rules, so a balk would be a live ball, and obviously the Bern Atlantic would have taken that play as Reale hit a missile to left center field for a double. Third base coach not taking any chances with no outs and needing both of those runs to tie the game. Did not send the runner coming from first to the plate, stopped him early at third base. As Wilson Anderson, the cutoff man, cut that ball and does have a good arm at short and may have had a chance of throwing him out at the plate. So anyway, the Bern Atlantic working here with second and third. And nobody out here in the 5th. And after Barclay goes out to chat it over with Kerrigan, Stegbauer took a little bit more time to think about it, and he's going to go to the pen here and go to Briggs Tibbles. The center fielder will come on in relief of Kerrigan, who worked a solid 4 innings into the 5th for Burn Nashville, I'm sorry, as he will trot off to a round of applause from the fans. The line on Kerrigan, he scattered 5 hits over 4 innings, 2 strikeouts and a pair of walks. Worked into the 5th, 63 pitches, 61% strikes. Top fastball was 76, and worked the curveball in the mid-60s. So a great outing from Matthew Kerrigan, but he finds himself in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody out, 2nd and 3rd. And head coach Rick Stegbauer goes to the pen for the hard-throwing right-hander Briggs Tibbles. Tibbles, limited action so far this year, 5.1 innings pitched. He has appeared in 4 games. Seven strikeouts in those 5 innings and a 2.62 ERA. As he looks to come on and be the hero once again. A walk-off double in yesterday's game to send Burn National to this quarterfinal game, and he'll come on here in the 5th and try to work the Burn National out of some trouble here in the bottom of the 5th inning, which normally we'd think there'd be 2 more innings to go, but we are playing a 5-inning game, hour-and-a-half time limit. The home team, Burn Atlantic, with the winning run coming to the plate and nobody out. Tibbles is ready to deliver, is ready to go. Goes to the rosin bag. It's been pretty humid here. He goes to the rosin bag as the third base umpire gives him the deal of what's going on. Got 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And Tyler Ellis will step to the plate. Ellis, no stranger once again to this Burn National team. They've played him, I would say, probably the better part of 20 times on various different teams out of 5-star. Now this Burn team out of Jacksonville. Ellis, the tall, athletic, left-handed hitter. Tibbles deals ball 2 to Tyler Ellis. Ellis known as a very good left-handed pitcher, but can swing it. Tibbles throws a fastball up in the zone. Ellis a little bit late, fouls it down the left field line. Foul. And it kicks off the fence into foul territory, so we'll have a slight pause here as Ethan Barclay, the left fielder, goes over and retrieves it. 2-1 count to Tyler Ellis. Briggs Tibbles on in relief of Matthew Kerrigan here in the bottom of the 5th. Tibbles delivers a fastball, misses up out of the zone, 3-1 count. And with nobody out, you don't want to put the winning run on first, but maybe they're pitching around Ellis, the left-handed hitter here a little bit, to maybe induce a force here with nobody out. Certainly don't want to give him a cupcake here to hit 3-1. Fastball down the middle, fouled back to the screen. And Tibbles may have gotten away with one there, Easton, as he threw a fastball right down the middle, 3-1, and it looked like Ellis was sitting fastball.
Yeah, he was on that, took a big swing at that one. Fastball, he left that about belt high there, and Ellis just got underneath it. That was pretty much all there, perfectly on time, just swing got a little bit long, so.
Tibbles comes set here for the 3-2 pitch and delivers. Fastball hits sharply up the middle. Reese Brush is going to come in and field it, and it kicks off his glove. The runner at second is able to come home and score and tie the game 2-2. And Easton, the runner at second there, delayed on the line drive, making sure it got down. And if Reese Brush fields that ball cleanly in center field, he probably looks like he was going to hold up at third base. But Brush with the bobble in second allows Reality to score from second. And Ellis with a 2 RBI double, clutch hit there in the bottom of the 5th inning to tie the game at 2. And now Burn Atlantic has the winning run at second base and nobody out. So we'll see what strategy Burn National plays here with a runner on second and nobody out. Easton, if it were me, I think I would think about walking this guy and setting up a potential double play or force. They're going to check to second base. But with the winning run at second base and a base open here at first, you would think that they would walk this guy to force.
And the catcher is on deck and he is the last hitter, so maybe a little bit slower with not as good as a potential bat as the rest of these guys. So maybe if you put him on, then a better chance at a double play.
It appears Coach Stegbauer is going to pitch to this guy, and Tibbles delivers a curveball for the first pitch, fouled off to the third base dugout for strike one. So a 3-2 fastball to Tyler Ellis, and he smashes it back through the middle for a 2-run base hit to tie the game at 2. Briggs Tibbles buries a curveball on a check swing, and first place umpire in the B position in front of second base says no swing. 1-1 count here to Andrew Archibald. Archibald, the pitcher, looking to be the hero here in the bottom of the 5th. Tibbles sets and delivers a curveball for strike 2. 1-2 count to Andrew Archibald. And Briggs Tibbles is ahead in the count 1-2. The winning run at second base and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Buries a fastball, picked by Brady Marshall and stopped. And Easton, as you know, fastballs for the catcher, even sometimes with runners on base, it's survival back there, right? You got to do whatever you can to stop the ball and prevent it from getting to the backstop.
Yeah, that one's more of a, like you said, a reaction block and survival block. So sometimes not always the best form happens when you try to block the fastball.
Another curveball from Tibbles is fouled over towards the third base dugout. And as a catcher, when you know the curveball or changeup's coming, you're prepared to block it. Fastballs, obviously, you have to block them. But again, more of a survival and a good pick there by Marshall to keep it in front of him. Archibald remains 2-2 here. And he's late on that high fastball, fouls it towards the first base dugout. And the count will remain even 2-2.
Go, but you got a base open now. Let's go. Be tough.
Two-two count to Archibald. Fastball hit in the air to right field. And Dylan Knight comes on strong, but he's unable to get to it. It's going to one hop. And Archibald's on with a single, and we'll have first and third here with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. In the last inning, Coach Stegbauer is going to call timeout. He's going to go out and talk to Tibbles. And I think Easton at this point, he has no choice but to load the bases, bring the infield and the outfield in, and play for a ground ball and force out at the plate.
Yeah, so really it doesn't matter how many runs score at this point, because if you play infield in and to load the bases, then it sure brings the runner over from first to second, but it doesn't matter how many runs score on the play. All you're trying to do is defend the run from coming home. So I think that will be the option here, unless we are going to have a new pitcher come in, which I think we will see here.
It looks like Stegbauer is going to go to the side armor submarine baller, Ethan Futch, on the mound. And it looks like he's talking defense with the rest of the guys, bringing those outfielders in, because a sac fly, a deep fly ball is going to score that run from third, which is going to end the game. So if the outfielders are deep, it's pointless. They got to be in a position where if the ball is hit to them in the air, they got to be able to throw the guy out at center. If it's over their head, it's going to end the game anyway. So you're going to bring those guys in. The defense is going to be infield in, correct? And by the fact that he brought the outfielders in, it looks like he's probably going to put the right. He's going to put he's going to put this guy on and load the bases and play for the force at the plate.
Ethan with some 2-seam on his fastball, and a little bit of sink on it, not too much, just some 2-seam on it, throwing from that 3/4 to sidearm arm slot. He has a good, nice little sliding curveball, more of a sweeping curve, and a good changeup that breaks like a circle changeup. And his fastball, he can throw it around 77 miles per hour. And his curveball, around 58 to about 64.
And as you said, coming from that low 3/4 with good run and sink to a right-handed hitter, he's hoping to induce a ground ball here with the infield in and a force at the plate. The Bern national team is going to have to take care of the ball, be short-handed, make a good throw to the catcher at the plate to get that runner at the plate, and basically they're going to have to do that twice.
Yes.
Right? to get 2 outs here and try to keep that run from scoring. If you're the hitter for the Burn Atlantic, what are you thinking, Easton, right now? What are you thinking if you're the hitter coming up for Burn Atlantic?
If I was a hitter coming up right now, my job would be shortened up, trying to hit a ball deep into the outfield, and that's really the only way you can do your job with the infield in. Infield in, you hit a ground ball right to somebody. That's not going to do the job, and unless maybe an error or something, but you have to hit something hard into the outfield in order to score that runner home.
So Futch has finished his warm-up pitches, and as expected, Burn National and Coach Stegbauer are going to walk the catcher, Braden McKee, to load the bases, and that will bring on the leadoff hitter, Aiden Arnett. Arnett is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And they got 5 infielders and 2 outfielders here as Aiden Arnett steps to the plate with a chance to be the hero for Burn Atlantic. Ethan Futch on the mound. Looks like he's in the windup. I think personally he should be in the stretch to keep that runner close, but he's going to work from the windup with 5 infielders. Curveball over the head of Archibald, and if he had taken that one in the back, the game would have been over. But he ducks because he'd rather be the hero. So we've got Reese Brush playing directly behind the pitcher's mound as the 5th infielder, and then 2 outfielders. So Coach Stegbauer going with a little bit different of a philosophy here, trying to prevent any kind of ground ball from leaking through the infield. And Futch goes to the stretch, spikes one, and Brady Marshall with a great job blocking that 59-footer and keeping it in front of him and preventing the game from ending on a wild pitch.
Yeah, and as well, 2 outfielders in the outfield. Both of them have some good range on them and some good speed, so that's also might have been a deciding factor here.
Fastball there from Futch for strike 1. So a 2-1 count to Arnett. And it may change the philosophy of the hitter right here. He may just be looking to go get the ball to the outfield in any way that he can with 2 outfielders.
Yes.
Futch delivers. Ball down in the zone, fouled down the third base line by Arnett to even the count at 2-2. So a 2-2 count here. Ethan Futch in relief of Briggs Tibbles, trying to keep the game alive here for Burn National. Delivers in a curveball, hits sharply down the third baseline, but it's foul. And the count will stay at 2-2. Dylan Knight now hugging the line with 5 infielders trying to prevent that ball from going down the line. And that runner at third, anything on the ground, he's going to be running like a bear as chasing him, trying to score and ahead of any kind of throw from the infield. Futch comes set, and he delivers a 2-2 pitch. Change up, down, shallow right field. That ball is going to drop in front of the outfielder. And Burn Atlantic is going to win the game on a bloop hit over the drawn-in infield. Second baseman Danilo Soto unable to go back to get it, and the outfield unable to come in and get it. And a bloop hit over the drawn-in infield is going to be the difference here as the Burn Atlantic walks it off in the bottom of the 5th inning, winning the game 3-2. And advancing to the semifinals of the PG World Series. A great game played by both, a great pitching outing by Matthew Kerrigan is spoiled here in the 5th. And E, before we go, talk a little bit about Kerrigan's outing and just his ability to go out there and really a gutsy performance in a 5-inning game.
So he did a really good job attacking, getting ahead in the count, and just at the end started to get a little bit tired, could see his fastball didn't have as good of life on it. His fastball started to get a little bit low, starting to spike a little bit. He did a really good job to make sure, stay ahead of the hitters, and really worked that ground ball well. Used his changeup and curveball along with his fastball well. So that's all I have to say about that pitching performance. Not a lot of walks, 5 hits, and 4 innings with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. And I think about 3 double plays turned on the Burn Atlantic. And 2 of them were on ground balls. So final line. Really good job.
Great job, Easton, and thank you. Final line score: Burn Atlantic 3 runs on 8 hits. They did commit 1 error. Burn Tampa National 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Matthew Kerrigan started the game, and he allowed 5 hits and 63 pitches, 4 innings of work, but unable to capture the W as Briggs Tibbles and Ethan Futch come to relief in the 5th. And the Burn Atlantic will walk away with a 3-2 win. Thank you for your help today, Easton, and it's always a pleasure. And thank you to the Dalmal family for providing Burn TV and the ability for all of our fans and parents that aren't able to make the tournaments and have to listen at home, the opportunity to watch these boys go out there and do what they do. As Coach Stegbauer's team will end this summer season with a 3-2 loss to the Burn Atlantic here at the PG World Series. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again in the fall as this team gets back rolling, scheduled to return to action back in October after a short break to rest arms and let some kids play some other sports. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the fall. You're watching Burn TV. This is Jim Marshall signing off with Easton Stegbauer.